Good news, buyers. The active number of listings and the new listings from the past week, the number has gone up, and the median price is slowly creeping down each week. So if you're a buyer and you're looking for something here on the Central Coast of California, listen up. And if you're a seller, you're going to want to know this information too. My name is Denise Dresbach. I'm a California licensed real estate agent, and I'm located in Morro Bay, California. And today in this video, we're going to do our weekly Monday Market Snapshot, and I'm going to give you updates about active number of listings, price changes, closed, canceled, and more. If you're interested in buying or selling a house, I'd love to know which side of the fence are you on? Comment below, buyer or seller, and then I'd like to just kind of get a feel of who's watching. And one of the things that I do, the second half of this video, is go over each individual listing. And this week, there are so many, I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them, but I'm thinking about changing my format as I do this every week, and I want some help from the audience. Please comment below and let me know if you like full listing information or do you just like the summary. So if you're a full listing person, type full listing in the comments. And if you just like a summary and then you're out, type summary. So I'd love to hear a little bit of feedback just so I can kind of change things up, and I can't wait to hear from you. I do want to also mention that I am not going to have my open house tour video this week, so don't count on that one being around. I've got appointments loaded up, and I've got some traveling that I have to do, and I'm looking for an investment property for myself as I am in the middle of a 1031 and I need to find that replacement property as my timeline is getting closer. And so no open house tour video this week. We'll be back in business next week. So if you're subscribed, you will definitely get those updates. And next Monday on the Monday Market Snapshot, I will bring you the same data as well as a little update on what happened during the week on my search for a property. So I've got a few in mind and just haven't quite nailed anything down yet. So hopefully the next time that you hear from me, I've got something locked up. All right, so now let's take a look at this data. So we're on Monday Market Snapshot, August 11th, 2025. We do this on a weekly basis, and I'm going to start with the active number of coastal properties. And the coastal properties, when I'm talking about coastal, I'm talking about San Luis Obispo County, Central Coast, and just those coastal towns. So Morro Bay, Cambria, Cayucos, Los Osos, and then southern Pismo Beach, Avila Beach, Arroyo Grande, Oceano, and Grover Beach. So those are those coastal, and that's what these numbers are kind of focusing on. I'm using CRMLS, which is the MLS for California that I belong to. And today I am seeing right now 269 active coastal properties available to purchase. And that number for the past few weeks, if you've been following along, that number has been slowly going down and it's popped back up. So last week I reported 256, and before that it was 266, and then it was 280. So you can see we're kind of going down, down, down. And today I can say there are 269 active coastal properties for you to choose from those areas. And now if we look at the price changes in the last week, I am seeing 27 price changes. Majority of those are price reductions. Last week I reported 33. And so we've got a decent amount of price changes going on. People are still sort of adjusting. And this is when I like to remind you, if you had a property that you really liked, but it was too high, always go back, revisit, see where it's at. And if it's been sitting for a while, you've got a little motivation. For new and active, so this is the big show, like the big story today, we have 42 new listings here on the Central Coast. So 42, and 6 of those are coming soon. So this is a great thing to see, because in the past few weeks, we've had we were in the 30s and 20s. And the last time I reported 40 was May 19th, 2025. So, we've got a great big chunk of new listings this past week. And looking at the data, it looks like Arroyo Grande is the big winner here. They had 15 new listings just this past week. So if you're looking for something in Arroyo Grande, comment below, let me know, and I will make sure to focus on those heavily but I might be summarizing some of this today because 42 listings, going over those, it does take a little bit of time. And so pending, if we take a look at pending and under contract for these coastal properties, we had 22 in the past week, which is very similar to what I reported on the previous update, which was 21. So we got 22 that are pending, and for closed, there were 19 closed last week. Of those 19 closed properties, if we take a look at the cumulative days on market, I am seeing a median of 18 days. So 18 days on the market is that median number right there in the middle of those 19 that closed. And for the median close price, it's 925,000. So last week I reported 950. The week before that, it was over 1.1 million. And then the week before that, it was 960. So you can see we kind of, obviously it's going to change every week, especially when we're looking at that median price. But 925,000. And if you want to know the average price, so average median price, I'm sorry, if you want to know the average price, it's just over $1 million. So you can kind of use that information to understand what is going on in the market, whether you're looking to sell or buy. But especially if you're looking to sell, you want to know how long can my house be, or how long might my house be on the market if I put it up and I price it right, and how much is the median price around this area or the average price of the area. If you want more detailed information, let's say you're looking to sell in Morro Bay, because this is kind of covering all of those coastal areas. So if you want to look in a certain location like Morro Bay or Cayucos or any of those locations, just reach out, let me know, and I can send you a report and give you that information so you have an idea of just how much and how long things are taking. Okay, so now we're going to do a quick update about SLO County. So the entire county, that number of course went up as well for active number of listings. Last week, my report, I see there was 731 active, and this week there's 738. So that's great all around. Active numbers are creeping up again, and let's see what happens next week. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get those updates. Now, if we take a look at price changes, last 7 days here on the, well, actually here in SLO County, that's 69. So we had 69 price changes. Majority of those are price reductions, and that was in SLO County. And then finally, for the canceled, expired, withdrawn, and hold, I am seeing 17 from this past week. Now, last update for the prior week, I saw 35, which was a bit of an uptick. And I'm just starting to track this information. The first week, which was in, let's take a look here. When was that? July 28th. So July 28th, I saw 25. This is for the whole county. And then the last update, which was on August 4th, I saw 35. And now for this last 7 days, I'm seeing 17. So we're going back and forth on that. It'll be interesting to watch and see. And the reason why I started tracking that is because I started seeing a lot of news headlines about people canceling and dropping out. Just wanted to track it and see. And again, we had 35 on the last update. And so some of those new listings that came up, maybe they expired and or they canceled and they went with somebody else. You never know. So all in all, the big story of today, we have 42 new listings this week. So if you've been looking to buy, definitely check out those. And if you need some kind of a search alert set up, or you want me to send you listings with your specific criteria, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can either comment below, we can start that way, or you can reach out via text, email, call. We can do a video chat, we can meet in person. But let's start the conversation, and I can get you hooked up on search alerts. And I'm out every week looking at new listings. And if something matches your criteria, I'm going to definitely let you know. So please do reach out. I'm happy to hear from you. All right, so now we're going to talk about these listings. And what I'm going to do this week, I'm going to change it up a little bit. And I'm going to focus mostly on Morro Bay, Cambria, Los Osos, and Cayucos for the new listings. And for those new listings on the southern areas, if you're a regular viewer and you like to hear those new listings in, say, Arroyo Grande or Pismo Beach or whatever, please do let me know. You can comment, text, all that good stuff. And I'm going to kind of try to change things up a little bit and see if I can get a little bit feedback from people, because I just want to bring value to people. Okay, so first I'm going to go over the summary of those new listings. And as I mentioned before, AG is the big winner. There were 15 new listings in Arroyo Grande this past week. And there was one in Avila Beach. There's 5 in Cambria. There were 3 in Cayucos, 2 in Grover Beach, 5 in Los Osos, and then 4 in Morro Bay and 4 in Pismo, and then finally 3 in Oceano. And the price ranges for those range from 349,000, which is a coming soon in Oceano, and then the next one was 599, which is an active property in Morro Bay, and I believe it's a condo. And then there was for our max 2.9 million, and that is in Arroyo Grande. So let's take a look now at those individual listings. Again, I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm going to do Morro Bay, Cayucos, Cambria, and Los Osos. How about we go now to Cambria? So Cambria, oops, got a phone call. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So Cambria, we have this active property, and it's an ocean front, and I've seen this before renovations. They've totally renovated it. So it's very close to Fiscalini Ranch. I do believe I talked about it in my last update as it was coming soon, but it's now active. So we can tour this, and today is August 11th, 2025, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, although in the comments here it says a converted garage provides additional living space, ideal for guests, a studio, or home office. So you've got 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and now this garage space that's been converted. So it is oceanfront, and you have off-street parking, and it is just over 1,100 square feet. It's almost 1,150, and then the lot size is 2,400. It is 2 levels. And one thing that I remember back when I saw it on one of the broker open house tours was that the bedroom is upstairs, and you've got this window, and it just looks out to the ocean. And it's like, I didn't even see that the house needed updates at that point. It was just like, wow, what a view. So again, 2 levels. It says it has that 1-car garage, but it does mention that it was converted. And this one is listed just under 2.2 million in Cambria. So if you're looking for oceanfront, there you go. Now, for the next one in Cambria, this one is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, over 2,500 square feet, just over. It's a 7,000 square foot lot, and it's 3 or more levels. You've got a 2-car attached garage built in the 80s. And I am taking a look at those photos for you really quickly. And it's got some beautiful wood accents on the walls. It's got some great views. I see the ocean in the distance there, and it just looks very spacious with over 2,500. Kitchen does look a little bit original, so there are some things like that, but this is listed under 1.4 million. And so that one is located in the Park Hill neighborhood. If you're not familiar with the Cambria neighborhoods, I do have a few videos in my Cambria playlist. I'll link that to this video, and you can watch that and see. And if you don't feel like watching and you just want to reach out, feel free. I'll let you know. But Park Hill is located near Moonstone Beach, and there's a park there, and you can get to West Village very quickly. So Park Hill is a very nice neighborhood if you want to get to all those things very quickly. So for the next one in Cambria, we've got this one's active, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, over 1,700 square feet. And this one I did talk about last week. So these were coming soon, and now they're active. So we can go tour these now. This one in particular, is on a dead-end cul-de-sac, and there's actually 2 properties. I believe they're being sold by the same family, but both of them are on this dead-end street. So this one has been remodeled completely. And it mentions that it's not been lived in since it was remodeled. So it's kind of like you're getting like this new house, right? The lot size on this is over 32,000 square feet, almost 33,000. So you've got a decent sized lot. You've got this dead end cul-de-sac, and it's 2 levels, 2-car attached garage, and then built in the 80s. But again, it's been completely renovated. And this one is just under 1.1 million. And then for the next property, I actually took a look at this one. This one is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's over 1,000 square feet. You have a 7,000 square foot lot, so a nice, decent sized lot, 2 levels with 1 car attached garage, and it is in need of a little love. So the awesome thing about this property is you have beautiful ocean views. So there's a deck off the front, there's a bunch of windows for the bedroom, kitchen, living that will take in those views. And then of course there's that lot size. I do believe the garage was kind of converted into like a bedroom. But again, this house needs some love, and it's listed appropriately so at $800,000. So if you want to hear more about this one, great location, great views, just needs some love, $800,000. That one is in Cambria. Okay, so for the next property, this one is the one that's on the end of a cul-de-sac like that other property I was talking about prior. And this one's on a lot that's almost 32,000. So you could even maybe buy both of these houses if you're lucky to be able to do that and make it a compound, or you have, family, friends, and all this kind of thing. 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath. It's over 1,100 square feet. And this one is Funky Cool Cambria. I don't know if you remember that from last week, but it's now active. So we can go take a look at this Funky Cool Cambria property. It's listed at $679,000. So I did talk about it in my open house tour. That's what it was. I didn't get to view it yet. So if you want to tour this one, let me know because I'm excited to check it out. Okay, so for the next one, now we're in Cayucos. So this property is a 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's just under 2,700 square feet. It's 2 levels, 2 car attached garage, and it's built in the late 90s. It's got fabulous views, and it is listed for $1,849,500. Okay, so here's another one in Cayucos, and this is a coming soon. So if you've been looking for something in Cayucos and this sounds good, put this on your calendar for August 29th. Let me know, if you're not working with an agent and you want to tour this home or you want to get more details, please reach out. I'll put you on my calendar for August 29th. 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's 1,800 square feet, just over a little bit, and it's 2 levels. It's a it has a 2 car attached garage, and it's built in 2000. There's 2 pictures. One is of the front, and the other is of the ocean view. So this one is, let's see, 3 bedroom, 3 bath, crisp ocean air, sunsets, all that good stuff that you get in Cayucos, and it's listed for $1,549,000. So you're on the ocean side of Highway 1, and that means you're going to be able to walk to the beach easily and get to downtown and all that good stuff. So great location in Cayucos there. That's just $1,549,000 for that. So put that on your calendar, 8/29. Okay, so for the next one in Cayucos, this is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and it is over 1,000 square feet. It's on a 2,800 square foot lot, and it does not have a garage, it looks like. And this one is listed under $1 million, and it says Ocean View Beach House, even with a view of Morro Rock from the patio. So that one is under $1 million, 2 bedroom, 2 bath in Cayucos. Okay. So now I am going to take a look at, let's go to Osos. Okay, so Los Osos, we've got a property here. This is active, 3 bedroom, 3 bath. And when I say we've got a property, I want you to know that none of these properties are my listings. These are all public listings available. And so this is a 3 bedroom, 3 bath. It's over 2,600 square feet, and it's over 3 acres. So it's a 2-level home. You get 2-car attached garage. It's built in the late 70s, but you get over 3 acres in Los Osos. And this one says it has panoramic views on over 3 acres. We've covered that. You've got 3 bedroom, 3 bath, and it says filtered coastal views. So if you're looking for some coastal views and some land, which someone commented the other day about just this thing, and hopefully they're watching because here we go. You've got over 3 acres and filtered ocean views, and this one's listed for $1,288,000, and that's now active. Lots of other little information here because it says something about there's some flex space, easily converted to a 4th bedroom, separate entrance, potential for possibly an attached ADU. You got a 2-car garage that's oversized. And so lots of good stuff in this one. So if you're interested in this one, definitely reach out and let me know. Okay. For the next one in Los Osos, I talked about this one in the last upload that I did for the open house tours. It is walls of windows. So floor to ceiling walls of windows, beautiful views. You can see the rock and the Hollister Peak. And it is a modern home designed by architect William Radcliffe. This one's under $1 million. It's still available. It's only been on the market for 5 days, but what it has is a living space on top. So you got 2 bedrooms, great living, dining, kitchen, open space, and all of those walls of windows. So you just feel kind of like you're in this like floating tree house. Beautiful home. And then it has some extra space down below. You could almost maybe have like as a guest quarters or a rental or something like that. It's like a 1 room and a bathroom, full bath. And so that one is listed for just under $1 million, and a great location there in Los Osos. Okay, so for the next one in Los Osos, this is an active 3-2, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. It's just under 1,300 square feet. It's on a lot size over 10,000 square feet. It's a single level, 2-car attached garage built in 1970. And it looks, I'm taking a look at those photos for you, and it looks move-in ready. It's got updates. You know, I'm not seeing 1970 here necessarily. So this one is listed under 890,000, and that one, as mentioned, does have a 2-car attached garage. And just taking a look at some of the information here: freshly painted, warm and welcoming, brand new flooring from room to room. So you got some good stuff here. This one's ready to go. 889,000 in Los Osos. Okay, so the next one in Los Osos, another one that I talked about in my open house tour video just a couple days ago. This one's that mixed use property. It's listed for $775, and what you have is, what it's set up right now is like an office down below. It's got a full-on bathroom, there's a garage, and then upstairs is a living space. But maybe there's something you can do with the entire building. Maybe just make the whole thing a living space, or maybe you chop it up and you have multiple. You know, there could be a lot of possibilities with this one, and the location is so good. It's in Baywood Park, right near the water, right near the little downtown area. You can get to Beerwood, right around the corner from Farmers Market, which is on Monday, which happens to be today. So really great spot if you want to be right there where all the action is. And that one's listed for $775. So next one in Los Osos, this is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It is active, and I haven't seen this one yet, but it's another one kind of in that Baywood Park area. $6,250 for the lot size, single level, 2-car detached garage, and it's built in the 50s. And this one is listed for $729,000. So it says charming little fixer-upper located in the heart of Baywood Park. So that's a real darling one. It actually looks like something you could move in and, you know, maybe update as you go. So $729. And then next, we're in Morro Bay. So this is another one you probably heard about if you're a regular viewer. It's a private boutique coastal horse property on 10 acres. It says it's a bicycle ride from the beach in Morro Bay. It's got 3 homes on it. So we're talking a 2-bed main home, 4-bedroom modular, and 2-bedroom modular. There are 2 wells, there's a large shop, and there's 15-stall horse barn and a whole bunch of other stuff. RV hookups. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and it's 10 acres. So it's in Morro Bay, and the price on this one is $2,750,000. So you're getting a lot with this one. You want more details on that, do let me know, and I'll get those for you. Okay, so the next one in Morro Bay, this one is a 3-bedroom, 3 bath. And I got to see this one last week as well. So I've already talked about this one, but 3-bedroom, 3 bath, over 2,000 square feet. It's on a 4,000 square foot lot. It's got 2 levels and a 2-car attached garage. And one thing I will say about that garage is it was beautiful. Like, I've never seen a garage so clean. So this is 2 levels. You've got great views out the front towards Morro Rock and the ocean. And then on the back side, there's a patio kind of off the kitchen dining, and that looks out to the countryside. So you've got hills and you could see cows way out in the distance. So really nice. You know, you have two different options here for views on the front and back. 1,250,000 right here in Morro Bay. Okay, so this next one's a coming soon, and it has been coming soon. I think I talked about it last week. Um, April. Whoa, I'm all over the place. August 15th. So this week, this one's going to be available to tour, and it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. We're almost at 1,600 square feet, it looks like, and the lot size is over 7,500 square feet. It is a single level home, one car attached garage, and it's built in the 60s. There's no description on this one, but there are quite a few pictures. And the great thing about this one is you can walk to the beach, no problem. So you're in a location that's near the beach track and the Cloisters neighborhood, if you're familiar with that. You can walk right onto the beach from this neighborhood, and you're also close to restaurants, Spencer's grocery market, and that kind of thing. So great location, listed just under 1.2 million. All right, so the next one in Morro Bay, this is one of our lower price properties of today. This is a 1-bedroom, 1.5-bath. It's over 900 square feet, and this is a condo. It's active now, and it is in a complex that has it has rooftop access. So you have public rooftop access, and then you can view. Be a great place to go up and check out the sunset. So that's really cool, and you're right there in downtown Morro Bay. So 1-bedroom, 1.5-bath, and it does have garage space underneath. So it's like an underground garage. And the whole thing is gated, so you have, you know, that security there, and they have a lovely courtyard. So this one's listed under $600,000, right there in Morro Bay downtown. Arroyo Grande has 15, and there is so many different types of properties and so many different levels of prices and sizes. And a lot of the times the properties there, you have a lot of land with your purchase there. So if you've been searching in AG, type AG down below, let me know, and then I will make sure to cover AG as well. So I'm just going to give you a summary of some of these that I'm not going to cover. So Arroyo Grande, you know, we had 15 here. The lowest price property is for $725,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath, and it is currently active. And this property is the lowest of the Arroyo Grande list. Then we have $899, and then we start going over $1 million. And then our highest, as mentioned before, is just under $2.9 million. And that property is a 4-bedroom, 4.5-bath, and it's over 2.5 acres. So you can get an idea of the vast range that they have there. And for the Avila property, I'm going to mention the Avila listing because there's only one, and I know that there's someone out there that really likes Avila Beach. So let's talk about it. This one is a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, almost 2,300 square feet. The lot size on this, over 4,200 square feet. It's a 2-level home. I'm looking at the front picture of the front yard, and it looks really nice. 2-car attached garage, built in 2018, and it's been on the market for 5 days. And let's see, 4-bedroom, 3-bath craftsman home, and it's got a list of all like the new updates and things like that. But the location is really nice, right there in Avila Beach. Looks like you could walk to the beach. So it's a really darling property there for just under 2.5 million. So that was Avila Beach. Okay, so for the Grover Beach, there's 2 properties. One of them is both of them are under $1 million. One of them is 949,000. The other one's 879. And then if we take a look at Oceano, there were 3, and those range from 349,000, which is a coming soon, and then the highest price property 1.1, and right there in the middle, just under 870,000. So that's Oceano. And then Pismo had 4, and this range is you've got a couple just under 800,000, and then there's one for 1.4 and one over 1.8. So those are, you know, that lower price 798 is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. The 799 is a 2.2, and then the 1.4 is 2.2. And that 1.4 Pismo Beach property that is 1.4, that one is in Shell Beach location. Okay, so now we've covered Cayucos, Cambria, Los Osos, and Morro Bay. And that is going to do it for me. Again, if this new format doesn't work for you and you like hearing about Arroyo Grande new listings or Pismo Beach or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. Remember, you want the full listings or just a summary. And I'd love to hear from you, and I hope to see you on the next one.